Hi developers, welcome to a new session where we are going to talk about app modernizations. Here we are going to talk about Microsoft Azure and modernizing applications. For that, we are going to see step by step how we are going to do that. So first thing, I'm going to create a simple .NET application where we are going to have an API and front-end application that will do a simple tasks like add, delete, update, and get. I'm going to host that project inside ES and I'm going to save the data inside SQL Server. Later, we are going to move everything to Azure. We are going to deploy the API to web application inside Azure. And here we are going to deploy the front-end application also to Azure. And we are going to migrate the SQL Server to SQL as a service inside Azure. As you know, we are going to use the power of service, and there is SQL as a server and there is SQL as a service. For our sample, we are going to use SQL as a service. And we are going to see how to migrate the database there. Later, we are going to use the power of serverless applications. Here, if you have a big load to our API, we are going to use the Azure Functions here to move the create tasks to Azure Function application. So we are going to have two Azure Functions. One of them is going to play the role of a proxy. This proxy will listen to the calls from the front end. If you have a create action, that create action will go through the Azure Functions. So the front end will go to the Azure Functions and will create application, will use the Azure Function and will go through the database. And if the call is update or delete or get, it will go through the API as you can see. Later, we are going to add application insights. Application insights help us understand what's going on inside our environment. The count of requests, the traffic, if there is any error or any mistake or what's going on inside the Azure function, what's going on inside the web application. We will go and see this step by step. The last step right now is we are going to use the power of DevOps. We are not going through all the functions inside the DevOps, but instead of deploying each time from Visual Studio the application after we code and we go to see what's going on inside the web application, here we are going to, every time we push our solution to the Azure repo, an Azure build CI continuous integration will be triggered, will build the solution, and if the solution with the build was fine, it will trigger an Azure release which will deploy the application to web application here inside Azure. We will do the same thing to the front end and the API. I hope you like the demo, and if you have anything to understand or to question me, do not hesitate to reach me through my YouTube channel or through my email or Twitter account. Thank you.